What is up, YouTube? It's been about a month since I posted my last video, and here's why. So, after my grandma passed away, I really wanted to grit my teeth and put my head down and continue to post. Then I tweaked my lower back soon after that, and that kind of created a roller coaster of emotions. It essentially put a halt on my momentum, my content creation, and even my training. So, all of the things that I find super important to me right now. And it really just got me thinking, how crazy it is, how much the mind can play tricks on us, trying to protect us, trying to be in a good place, right? It comes from a good place, it wants to protect us, but in reality, all it does is cause more pain. And what I mean by that is that at first, after all of this happened, I told myself I deserved to give myself a little bit of time and I'll just focus on my clients. And at first, it seemed like a good idea. It seemed like the right move to make. But then I started to notice that everything started to slip. My posting consistency started to slip on Instagram and TikTok. My overall consistency just broke. I wasn't able to train as hard. And then to add to that, the longer I stayed away from it, the harder it became to start back up because my anxiety was getting so bad. All right. Like literally every time I even thought about creating content, all this doubt would kick in. Why does it even matter? Who even cares? No one cares. Am I even getting more followers? Am I getting more subscribers? Is it even worth it? Is this even doing anything? Like, how is this bringing me business? How am I making money? How am I going to survive? How are we going to pay the bills off this? And I'm sure that if you've ever stopped doing something that you thought was important, something that is important to you, I'm sure you know what this feels like. Whether it's the gym, losing the weight, building the muscle, starting the business you're passionate about, or even just working on yourself and developing yourself in whatever, aspects or skills you feel you can improve on. It's just this constant battle, right? It's this battle of anxiety telling us this isn't safe. What about this? What about making up all these scary scenarios in the future that we have no idea? There's no proof if these things are going to happen, right? There's no proof. And then there's also this other side of you that knows that you should be doing this. You should be doing this. I want to do this. I know this is good for me. I know that this is going to help people. I know that this is beneficial and I know that this is the right thing to do. But sometimes, like myself right now, sometimes this side wins, man. And anxiety, the doubt, and the fear just really hold us down. They hold us down. It could be for a short period. For some of us, it could be for a long freaking time, man. And it hurts because, like I said, you want to. Deep down inside, that voice in your head is telling you, I should eat healthy. I should go for a walk. I should work out. I should do X, Y, and Z. And we just cannot muster the strength to fight back sometimes. So what do you do when you find yourself in this situation? Like I did now, okay? When that doubt starts to creep in, when motivation is super low, and when the anxiety is just, it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, okay? First and foremost, I had to take a step back, all right? I had to chill. I had to take a step back, remove myself from all the situations, remove myself from what it is I was chasing, all these crazy goals that I have, and ask myself, why the heck did I even start this? Why am I here in the first place? Why are we here? Okay. And the reason that is so important is a lot of times, again, it starts very quietly, right? This side of protection starts very quietly. We might not notice it at first. Our initial goals, our initial reasons for starting something, it might change over time as this side of anxiety starts to kick in and we don't realize it. It's almost like a silent killer. So the reason I say that you need to step back and ask yourself, right? And I'm going to use myself as an example, is if I started doing this just for the numbers and just for this money and just for growing the business and just for, big social media following, for the clout, I would have quit a long time ago, dude, because all of that shit is surface level. All of that I just named is surface level stuff, okay? But that's not why I started. That's not why I started. And sometimes we forget our reason why. We forget why we start. And that is not why I started at all. That is not what's got me this far, okay? The reason I started to do all of this is I want to help. I want to make an impact. I want to be a leader. I want to change lives. I want all of you to experience the same confidence, the same transformation, the same growth, the same health benefits, the same identity benefits that the gym has provided to me, that eating healthy has completely changed my life and provided for me. But not just that, but that self-development has done for me. Like, if you looked at my past, man, I'm not supposed to be where I am today. And I truly do believe that the gym and healthy eating and focusing on my own personal development and having faith and believing in God, all of those things have led me to where I am today, right? And that's what pulls me out of the dark place, man. As corny as it sounds, and I know I'm making it sound easy, but it's not, because you really have to do your soul searching. My reason why is going to be completely different than yours. And that's why I challenge all my clients when we first start is I press why. Having a six-pack is cool. You know, being 200 pounds lean is awesome. Getting the dub on stage, hitting the PRs in the gym, all of these things are great and they're fun and they're cool, but these are all surface level things. These are all just attached to our flesh here on this earth. And just like everything else on this earth, that all dies. It all goes at some point. I think that's why it's so important to have a reason why that connects with your soul, with your being here internally in your heart, because that is what will pull you out of the dark place. All right. And that's what pulled me out of it, man. Like, literally, that's why I'm here today. I stopped caring about the results. I stopped caring about the followers. Yes, I still have the end goal for sure. But the crazy thing is, I know what my end goal is, and it's cool to have that, you know, in the horizon, still be able to see the sun in the horizon. But if you stare directly into the sun for too long, baby, you're not going to be able to see. You're going to lose sight completely of everything. You cannot stare directly at the sun for too long. You cannot be so fixated on these external goals, on these surface level goals, like the money, like the fame, like the clout, like the followers. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't make these goals. What I'm telling you is that we should make these goals, and you should make them big. I really do think you should make them big, because you have to challenge yourself. You deserve to challenge yourself, and it needs to be challenging in order to make it worth it. But like I said, man, like, imagine your goal is as big as the sun. That sun shines so bright. That sun shines so big. I don't have to stare directly at it to know I'm heading in the right direction. That's what I've realized is so helpful to me. I stopped caring about the end goals. I know what it is. I know what it is back here in the back of my mind. I can still see it in the distance. I can see that I'm heading in the right direction. But what is most important is coming back to your internal reason why. Why do I do these daily habits, these things like posting? Because that is what changes lives. That's what helps people. I want to post as much free content as I possibly can to help as many people, to post as much value. Guess what? And if I plant enough good seeds and I continue to do that, then the end goal will come. Again, because I'm a fitness coach, if your goal is to lose weight and get shredded, that is awesome. That's the sun in the horizon, right? You can have that in the back of your mind. You can know that you're headed that direction. But then you have to remind yourself why. You need to find your deeper reason why. Why do I eat healthy? Because it's good for me. I deserve to be healthy. I want to live a long life. I want my family to be healthy. I want to be a leader and show them what it is to be healthy, to be strong, to be capable whenever I'm older, to still run around, still play with my kids. That's my reason why, deep down inside, as to why I decide to stay healthy and strong, right? So find your reason why, all right? Find your reason why. And to add to that, man, another reason that a lot of us get stuck, why you might be stuck, is you end up following invisible rules that don't necessarily exist and that you probably don't even realize exist, all right? And here's what I mean by that, guys. A lot of us are shaped by our subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious mind means you don't have to think about it. I have to think right now to say what I'm saying. I do not have to think. I do not have to put any extra effort into pumping my heart, into pumping my lungs, into breathing, into salivating my mouth, into fidgeting, walking, driving. I don't really have to think about it anymore. You perform a lot of things in your life without necessarily having to think about it anymore. It becomes a subconscious habit. But with that being said, a lot of things seep into the subconscious mind that end up controlling us, right? This could be influences from family, influences from friends, from school, from maybe cultural backgrounds, and also limitations from others, limitations from yourself, things like negative self-talk, things that you might say to yourself. These things make a difference, right? These rules that say we're not capable, we're not good enough, nobody cares. What if I fail again? I won't be able to do it because I always fail. All of these things are just rules to us individually. They don't exist, dude. They're not real, right? Because a lot of times you create your own walls, right? Nobody else does that. Yes, we have influences, but at the end of the day, you have to choose. And again, tying back to the first thing, you have to choose to have faith in yourself. You have to choose to believe in yourself, and that's what's going to continue to push you forward. All right. And I wrote this note down because some people might think it's arrogance. I don't care if it is arrogance. I do not care. Because if you find it arrogant that I wholeheartedly believe in myself, that I can achieve any goal that I set, right? That I've decided to break whatever cycle I've been in, if that makes me arrogant because I believe in myself so much, you probably have some limitations that you are not taking care of. Because if I had a family member, a loved one, a friend who wholeheartedly believed in themselves to achieve something, I would freaking applaud them. I would push them forward. I would challenge them even more because I also know that they'd be capable to do it. And I think that's a big difference, man. There's a big difference. I don't think it's arrogant to believe in yourself. There's a big difference between believing in yourself and being cocky, right? Being cocky is trying to, oh, I'm better than you because I X, Y, and Z. There's a big difference. I think if you believe in yourself, you wholeheartedly chase your goals, and then you bring others up with you, that's a recipe for some beautiful stuff to happen, man. All right. Here's another thing that I wrote about. Every single day is a new opportunity. Okay. That's something that Kate and I say a lot. Every single day is a new opportunity, a new beginning. You have a new chance to begin again. Technically, every moment of every day. We are constantly walking this line of past and future, past and now. Every time I say a word, it's only now in a split second, and then it's gone in the past. So technically, every single moment is a new opportunity to begin again. Take advantage of it. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. We all say things we probably shouldn't have. We all say probably mean things to ourselves. It doesn't matter. Let it go. Let it reside in the past and learn from it. Do not carry over these negative emotions into the future, into the present. Do not live from the past and learn to live in the future. What I mean by this is do not let your past failures, your past mishaps, your past lessons negatively impact what you do today. Okay? And when I say live in the future, that is live in the future of faith. Live in the future of positivity. Again, believe you can do it. Believe you've done it already and start to live like that person right now, and it'll come to fruition. All right? And with that being said, another way to think about it is every day you have a choice between two things. I like to say that faith and anxiety are two sides of the same coin. If I show you this side of my hand, this is faith. You cannot see the palm of my hand, right? You cannot see or feel anxiety. When you are wholeheartedly feeling faith in yourself and believe that everything is going to work out, everything is working in your favor, that you can achieve the goals you set, that you can freaking do this, you do not see this. But the opposite is also true. When you are completely fixated on anxiety, on the fear, on the doubt, on the wondering if it's worth it, am I doing this right? Is this stupid? Am I going to get made fun of? What are they going to say? What if somebody sees it? You have no opportunity to have this full faith in yourself. So the first thing you got to do is build that awareness and really figure out, like I said, take a step back. Why are you doing this? Where are you right now mentally? And then you have to make that effort to decide to see faith. Decide to see faith. And I promise you it'll change your life. All right, but with that being said, sometimes if you are really focusing too much on living in the future, even if it might be positive, right? This is that idea of staring at that end goal for too long, staring at the sun for too long. You can take a couple glimpses here and there. You can look at the sun and not create any damage, but if you stare for too long, that's where that damage starts to creep in. That's where anxiety starts to creep in, right? Because the sun is so powerful. If we stare too long into our big goals and dreams, it can create a lot of anxiety, right? A lot of doubt because it doesn't seem possible because of these invisible rules that we've created. How the heck am I going to become a millionaire? I don't have any money in my bank account. How can this physically be possible, right? So the most powerful thing that has really helped me, if I stare at the sun for too long, if I look at my big goals for too long and I start to feel that anxiety creeping in, that doubt creeping in, or maybe past failures, like this idea of like, I can't do this, that is where you come back to the present moment. And that is where the most powerful tool exists that all neuroscience has shown to be so freaking positive for reduction of stress, for reduction of anxiety, for improving depression. And that is gratitude. Gratitude is so powerful, all right? I might not necessarily have everything I've ever dreamed of and wanted yet, but I got today. I woke another day. I have a roof over my head. I got a new opportunity, another chance. I'm breathing. I can see the sunset. I can see the sun rise. I have a beautiful wife and 2 dogs. I got food on the table. I got food on the fridge. All of these things go for granted. There's so many people in this world that wish they could be in the position that you might be in right now. And practicing gratitude reminds you of that. Practicing gratitude reminds you, how small your problems might actually be in the grand scheme of things. And I don't just mean on this earth, dude, like in the grand scheme of this universe. Your problems are infinitely small. So practicing gratitude really does make a difference for me in bringing back positivity into health. Like it literally just, it boosts me, man. I feel so good when I practice gratitude. But yeah, I feel like so many of us get stuck in what we don't have yet. You got to focus on the fact that you woke up today. You're alive against ridiculous odds in this entire universe. And on top of that, if you're watching this and you're listening to this, on top of that, you have technology. You have both eyes to watch this. You can hear this. That is more than many people have on this earth, man. But yeah, again, might not be where you want to be yet, but you cannot refuse to ignore how far you've come or where you are today compared to where you were in the past. All right. And I want to make one thing clear, which is super helpful for me and really does help me when things are just, rough, is reminding myself, if you didn't make me, you can't break me. If you didn't make the sun rise this morning, you cannot stop me from shining. And lastly is if you don't make the moon shine at night, you don't get to decide the path that I walk. Yeah, man. Gratitude, like a lot of people think that gratitude is like one of those woo-woo, do your affirmations, do your gratitude for your manifestation. But it literally has been proven by so many research studies, by a lot of neuroscientists, that it is an antidote to stress, depression, anxiety. It really does make your body create all the good chemicals to make you feel good. So it's super powerful. Don't sleep on it. All right. Lastly, I want to say is when it comes to moving forward, right? When it comes for me getting out of this rut and continuing to show up today, is that a lot of people don't like to hear this, but you have to choose your hard. I think no matter what you decide to do, things are going to be hard. I would personally prefer to choose my hard. And what I mean by that is that if I choose to eat healthy today, sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes I want pizza. Sometimes I want ice cream. It's a difficult choice to say, I'm going to eat healthy actually, because I know it's good for me. But the more I choose to eat healthy, the better it benefits me in the long run, right? That delayed gratification kicks in the future because I live a longer, happier, healthier, stronger life. But if I choose to always give in, if I choose to always take the easy route of, okay, I'll just eat the pizza, eat the ice cream, eat whatever the heck I want because it's easy, pick up the fast food because it's easy, then you suffer in the future, right? You suffer with chronic disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, blood pressure issues, cancer, all these things that are caused by chronic overeating, chronic lifestyle problems. So you got to choose your hard, man. And there's a really good quote that I love is the path to heaven feels like hell, and the path to hell feels like heaven. You have to choose your hard, man. And I would prefer to choose to do the hard thing up front and reap the benefit over the long run. Okay. And I'll give you a couple examples, man. I wrote some down. It's hard to wake up early and train. It's hard to eat clean when junk food is always easier, always. And it's hard to keep showing up when no one's watching. But you know what's harder is living in regret, waking up unhealthy, unhappy, and not being able to move at my best. And also for me, it's so much harder waking up knowing that I had potential that I never acted on. All right. Short-term pleasure leads to long-term suffering. Short-term suffering will always lead to long-term freedom. So you have to choose. That's it, guys. I'm basically just sharing some journal entries, and I hope that you guys found this helpful. I'm here. I'm back. I am not going anywhere. I made the promise to Kate that I will be posting a YouTube video every day for at least a year. That was the original goal, right? We fell off for a month. I guess we just restart, and that's okay. YouTube video every week for a freaking year. We're doing it. To anyone struggling right now, first of all, let me just say you're not alone. We all go through it. Anybody who you see on social media who seems to be living a perfect life, making all the crazy money, having all the cool stuff, they also struggle, right? I struggle. Everybody struggles. You're not alone. And you're not broken because you're struggling. And lastly is you're not stuck. You know, even if you don't believe it yet, or believe in yourself quite yet, I believe in you. I'm ready to tell you you're not freaking stuck, that you are capable. And I will remind you that however many times I have to, but at the end of the day, you are the one that has to choose to believe in yourself. Because that's when really things start to change, is when you start to believe in yourself. All right. But yeah, man, let's choose faith over anxiety. Let's keep showing up. I would love to hear anything that you guys want to see more videos on. Just comment down below, whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, mindset stuff, things that have helped me. Yeah. Also, please do all the YouTube stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the other cool stuff, because I promise we're just getting started. So I'll see you guys in the next one. It was a crazy long yap session, that's for sure.